Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today, we are talking about Cooler in Dragon Ball GEKISHIN SQUADRA. Now, the dope part about Cooler is that he is a tank, and oh man, is he such an aggressive tank. His playstyle is probably one of my favorites out of the tanks, besides Vegeta, because Vegeta obviously has such a strong defensive style to the point where, like, his defense and defending the point is what matters the most to him, where Cooler just wants to fight. And the thing is, there is a way to beat Cooler, and it's incredibly easy. Just don't fight him. And I'm going to explain why and how you can play Cooler to be an unstoppable machine. All right. So, first things first, of course, he gets a final form. Now, the thing about Cooler and his final form compared to transformations like Super Saiyan and other ones like that is that his final form actually extends the length of retaliation. So you kind of need this because this is related to your passive. If you don't get this, then you're going to actually suffer. So those people who want to be like, oh, it'll be really funny if I beat them without, like, my final form, don't hurt yourself because you really, really want to use the passive a lot. And trust me, you need to. And let's talk about why. Now, Imperial Retaliation is actually Cooler's main passive. Whenever he uses a skill, any skill really, any of his three skills, which is Death Chase, Death Stopper, and Destruction Ray, he will automatically get Retaliation. Retaliation is a crazy buff, which makes you incredibly strong and also immune to a lot of stuff in the game. That includes like anything like status afflictions, except for Dabra. Dabura is the only one who could really status afflict you, which is pretty crazy. So he becomes immune to all, which is like where you're very, very what do you call it, tanky, so to speak. So you're immune to all damage related to energy or physical, but you could still be blinded and stuff like that. So do look out for that. Let's talk about which how do you say, skills to work with and all that. So by the way, he does have basic physical attack. It just deals more damage when in retaliation state, but we're going to talk a little more about retaliation state in a second with Destruction Ray. Now, Destruction Ray, in my opinion, is the first and second skill you actually have to work on first. Now, the reason I say that is because there's going to be two skills I'm going to have you guys focus on. If you guys want to really be the best Cooler in the game, there's only going to be two skills in the game that you're actually going to need. And that's your skill 1 and your skill 2. And let's talk about why. So whenever you fire the beam in any direction, by the way, it has stupid range at level 3 and massive AoE. It's better than hits like Punch, which is pretty crazy. Because this actually applies continuous damage, which is like a burning effect. Really, really amazing. And this is also going to be your short cooldown ability you're always going to use first whenever someone attacks you. So remember this. If someone's attacking you, pop the Destruction Ray. You're going to get your retaliation instantly. And if you run out of retaliation, Destruction Ray again. And just keep spamming it. That's all you got to do. The entire fight. Just keep spamming Destruction Ray. And then we talk about skill 2. Skill 2 is Death Stopper. Death Stopper is actually crazy. Because what this one offers is you the ability to slow down and high pressure your opponent. Now, high pressure literally is just a much more aggressive version of slow down. But the best part about this is as long as you're in retaliation, this ability starts proccing more than once. It starts coming down on them like gravity. It's like spiritual pressure in Bleach. So it's crazy that you could actually mix and match these two, and I think you should focus on both skill 1 and skill 2 the most. Get your skill 1 maxed out first, then max out your skill 2, then worry about everything else. Because you only need one point into Death Chaser. Now, what is Death Chaser and what is it used for? Death Chaser is a rush, a lunging attack that you could set into a direction and slow them down if you have retaliation. Now with retaliation, which we've been talking about, this is your passive, keep in mind, when you have this active, you grab the opponent by the neck and you slam them onto the ground, applying movement speed down, and it's pretty much like a shockwave effect, such as a stun, so to speak. Because, I mean, you're grabbing them and throwing them on the ground. You're literally holding them there for like 2 seconds. And this is kind of like more of a combo extender more than anything. If they try to start running away, you just grab them, slam them on the ground. Of course, this will be the last thing I want you guys to focus on, because this is not as important as keeping your retaliation on and keeping them close to you. Now, your last one is going to be Atomic Supernova. Now, honestly, out of all the skills that I've ever worked with, such as for a ultimate, this one works incredibly well at keeping the opponent in place, and it does a good amount of damage, but it only really works if you're on the point. Because, yes, I do like using it, but you're going to be rush attacking more than anything. You only want to use this in very specific circumstances, such as if the opponents are trying to get on the point, you hit them with this. If they're trying to kill you and there's like 3 of them, hit them with this. And make sure that you have retaliation active as you're using it, and you get such a much bigger and powerful version of Atomic Supernova. Now, that pretty much does it with Cooler's abilities and how are you supposed to actually use him. Let's go ahead and talk about Cooler's build itself. So, Cooler's build is going to be over here. As you can see, we're going to be talking about full defense. We're talking full defense. Cooler does not need any attack. And if you give Cooler attack, your character's going to suffer. I'm telling you, Cooler is going to suffer if you start giving him attack. And I'm going to tell you why. You start running Snowball, Supernova, Snowball, Super Snowball, or Lightning Flash. The only problem with these is that you don't have that early game defense. You need to be in their face. You need to be able to tank hits. And you're like, okay, what about the too easy? This works if you're going in and out, but we're not playing like Vegeta or something like that. We're playing Cooler. Even though I do recommend the exact same thing for Vegeta, by the way. That's Build Up. Build Up is the best defensive card in the entire game, hands down. And the best part about this, right, is that with Build Up, all you have to do is kill NPCs at the very beginning, and you have to do this very quickly, by the way. So do it as quickly as possible, and then you could put so much pressure on the enemy team. You almost always win the beginning of the game. Because retaliation is giving you damage up, and you're already tanky. Now you just have to keep retaliating. Then you start slowing them down, and then boom, all of a sudden you're the best Cooler in the game. Now, his second card we're going to be talking about is going to be Steel Skin. I know a lot of people prefer Barrier, but I still think that Steel Skin, out of all things, has always helped me. Because reducing the amount of set damage per hit is just really freaking good whenever you're just trading blows. That's it. Trading blows with the enemy, Steel Skin is the way to go. Hands down. Just, you can't go anywhere else with this. And some people might try to run like Prepare to Die, because maybe, like, since Cooler already does so much damage, where it is possible, I wouldn't recommend it, because then you would have less stopping power and you wouldn't be able to defend yourself from so many characters in the game, especially if you're in a 3v1. You could really beat them back with retaliation. And let's talk about the last card, and the last card is going to be Step Defense. Defense Step. So Defense Step actually, allows you to actually keep yourself from doing too much, from taking too much damage from like a lot of attacks, including super attacks. So this is very important for Cooler's survivability, and probably the most important thing. Now, if you do want to be a nice guy, I always recommend Guardian Angel. If you know your friend is, like, you know the guy who's next to you, you know he's going to need help. He's playing Bojack or some other character, and he really struggles with defense, then yeah, if you want to, sure. But I totally recommend Defense Step, and I recommend it wholeheartedly to be in their face 24/7 and always win your fights. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell down below. I'll see you guys in a future video. Take it easy, and peace out.